Hard to name another show that can match it. Hard to name another show that can match it. Everybody from classy to ratchet. Heat fans like Jamaal keep the flame alive. Dennis Lee got the lake show locked in 5 to Dub K to Augusta GA. Talk everything from NBA to anime. Chat like homies or debate like enemies. It's all fun and games, just match my energy. Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to episode 27 of the Match My Energy podcast. It's your boy Dennis Lee, aka DINO Fit Dennis.
It's Jamaal, JC2 Blessed, man. We are back at it another week, man. Before we get started,
Man,
guys, like, comment, subscribe, share this video, share the podcast. We've been getting a lot of feedback. So, yeah, if you just want to share the podcast, if you want to come on the show, let us know in the comments below as well. But man, it's been a week, man. How you?
yeah, man.
Oh, I can kick it off.
Shoot,
How you
yeah.
doing it?
Shoot, man. Let you go first because I want to hear about your vacation, man. I've been seeing all the pictures. I'm just like, man, that was okay.
Yeah.
Had some views.
Yeah, so took a week and a half off. We did like a sibling trip to my sister, middle sister, in Nashville. She lives about 20 minutes away from Nashville. So my sister came to Augusta. We drove up 6.5 hours to Nashville. So it was a little trip there. Pretty good, man. My first time.
How was the riding with your sister and stuff?
That was cool. She like a Hamilton musical. It's kind of like a hip hop history thing. I was on the skeptical side of it, but I listened to it all the way through. I told her I won't do it again, but I did give it one one listen through. But yeah, everything was pretty smooth. I can't really complain on that. We got a rental SUV on that trip as well, so it was kind of on the bigger side of a road trip, I would say, for us. So did that. Nashville was pretty good. Weather was good up there. Of course, you got the mountain views and everything. We did a place called Fifth and Broadway. It's like a shopping plaza, outlet mall. It's pretty much a chill one. We didn't do too much activities out there. Like, hey, let's do this. It's kind of like, hey, let's go chill at this spot. Go chill here. Just kind of hanging out. All of us at one spot. We went to they had the Rock and Roll Country Hall of Fame Museum.
Yeah.
We didn't go like we didn't pay for the museum itself, like those, going through it and looking, but it's like different areas that you can walk in the building and look in, gift shop area and all that kind of stuff that we kind of just walked through briefly for like 20-30 minutes in there instead of actually going through the museum because not gonna lie, we're not really all that into it. So I was like, I don't want to do something that I'm not gonna truly enjoy. Plus, it was kind of those. He was already walking downtown a lot, so it's one of those. Do you want to not waste, but you want to put another 2 hours into it as well. So overall, the trip was pretty good, man. Great bonding trip. For all of us. Been a little minute since we took a little trip, just the three of us. So, that was a good one. I think we did anything like, oh my God. That's pretty much it though. Like I said, that was pretty much chill. First time in Nashville, so I was kind of just driving around, seeing the sight views. It does get kind of scary to kind of drive around like rocks and mountains to get up to that.
Oh yeah.
But we got through it. And then I came back to Augusta, and then I did a 3-hour trip to Charleston, South Carolina. So, if you haven't been, it's kind of like it's a historic city. They also have 3 major beaches as well. So I went to one of those for half a day. I did a horse carriage tour. Now at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was on the leery side of things because one, people know I'm not really an animal person. And I'm also my own sense. I don't really, so I was like, we about to be on the back of a horse. We're not even beside, we're gonna be at the back of a horse. Smelling that, and we trying to listen as well. So we ended up being on the first row, 16 can ride. We was on the first row because we wanted to hear the person who's giving a tour. Basically, I feel like if you're in the back, you're gonna drive. You just got looking around. So um,
Right.
it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. I mean, it was pretty windy. We also near the coast there, so the wind, cool wind, kind of picked up. The smells wasn't there. The horse did well because it's not like it's a trail dedicated to the horses. The horses walk alongside the cars in the street as well. So it's not like, hey, this trail is only for horses. No, the horse got to stop at the stoplight. It has to stop at the stop sign. So that's kind of
Right.
nerve because I've also got to drive next to them as well. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of afraid of horses, just a little bit. It's the eyes for me. It's just too big. It's just too big.
And
We did that. We were trying to go to the movies to see Spider Man. Didn't make it. I want to go to a really nice theater. Didn't really have a really nice one that I saw. So I'm
yeah,
about to come back here and try to go to the IMAX one. Try to get that full experience for that movie. What else we did?
yeah. The little bro Isaiah said that movie is fire. Yes, I'm like, yo, hold on. He's like, he keeps telling me to hurry up and see it so we can talk about it. But
Hopefully within a week I'll be done with seeing that. I gotta see Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
mhm.
I gotta see that. Um, what's another one? There's some of the movies coming out. Flash about to come out. I need to go ahead and figure out who I'm gonna see it with, like who we want to go. I'm trying to see it first day. Like the Flash is the one I gotta get on. So
Right,
um,
right.
overall, Talk Show is pretty cool. Of course, I went to the outlet mall. That's kind of my thing when I do on shopping places. Whether I buy something or not, I try to check out their outlet mall. And we already did the sightseeing with the tour, walked around downtown. Of course, good food, good eats. Um, but yeah, man, yeah, some of the pictures I took, that's pretty good. I'm not really a beach day person. Like, I get bored easily. Like,
Yeah.
I'm black and white.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here any longer. So, uh, but that was pretty good. We were there about 2.5 hours. So, um, and then some folks next to us had some beach games, like something called, I don't know, it's something with a ladder. Like you throw a string on the ball and it hits on the ladder. And then they made another game with a ball in the sand. I was like, man, they got all the games. That's why I like the games, like throwing something around,
Yeah.
frisbee. And I'll go in the water. I didn't go in the water as deep as I usually go because I was like, I really wasn't trying to get all that wet. I was just trying to just be there. Um,
Right.
Overall, man, that trip was pretty good. That was a 3 hour trip, so I'm kind of burnt out of driving. I'm not gonna lie. So, uh, but yeah, man. There's also it's crazy downtown. They had on Saturday. They had Pride celebration going on. They had an art exhibition. Uh, what's it called downtown. Uh, I don't know, blocked off cars, police cars everywhere. So it was madness. So I was like, we just came to get some food and leave. We wasn't thinking all this stuff was going on down here. So got to see everything pretty much. It's a packed weekend. So what about you, man? How
Man.
your week
So
been?
over the weekend. So a lot of people know, like if you follow me, um, every year, well, this is the third year I've done it. The Gladiator.
Yeah.
It's
I seen your
yeah.
pic. I was gonna make a comment, but I'm a reserve.
Now, let me tell you, boy, hey. All right, so this year I'm 30 pounds lighter than I was last year.
Mm.
And so I felt like that did play a decent part. I also am another year older. Um, and me and Shay, we ran together. She was my partner for that, of course. And we kind of, kept motivating each other. We got this and that. And also, I kind of had to like lock in. Like I had to like kind of, I kind of treated this the way I used to treat like sports when I was younger.
Hmm.
Like I was like focused, not as like talkative. Listen to my music and kind of like
Yeah,
talking to myself, like, yo, you better
zoning
than
out.
everybody, dude. Yeah, I kind of zone out, give myself pep talks and stuff like that. but it was rough, man. There was sometimes when I was going through it where I didn't even say it out loud. I don't like saying stuff negative out loud while I'm doing things, but like the only thing negative I think I said was, "Yeah, I'm not doing this again."
It's the last.
I said that while I was there, but I don't know. I think I may like do it again next year, but I'll prepare better, more than just losing the weight. With like running, I did run in preparation for this, but it was just like sprints with crypto. Like I would just like run with him at the park or something. But it's 3 miles, and you going through them obstacles. So it's like you run it, and you just finished doing a army crawl or a bear crawl underneath barbed wire. So like, and then you get up out of that. You get up out of that, your thighs and your arms are burning. But you got more running to do. You only a 4th mile in, and it's a 5K. So you got like 3.1 miles. And then you got to go through the water and through the well, in Kansas, we call it the Arkansas River. And so, not the Arkansas. And so we walking through that a little bit, and it starts to like wear on you. And then there's like deep parts in there. So like I was walking in it, and it just like dipped down. So it's almost like you had to like swim for like maybe like 5 yards. Now, y'all don't try to be a stickler about my measurement of time, but measurements. But it's about 5, maybe 10, and then you come back up, and now you can actually walk again. He dips down again because it's a river. It's like a little lake or feeling or whatever. And so, but overall, like, I don't know. I feel like this one, obstacle-wise, was a little bit easier than the previous years. But yeah, it was still rough. Like my body isn't. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm in a lot of pain right now. My body.
Sore?
My body is hurting so bad. Like from like the neck down. I'm just,
podcast dedication.
Yeah, I was like, yo, we still gonna get this done, you know what I'm saying? And then I was supposed to have our first softball game on Friday, but it got rained out, so we ended up not having that. I got my I got my like batting gloves and everything. Like I'm fingers only this season. And because like I've been getting more confident with my catching and stuff like that, because me and Shay been going out and playing catch, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going there to have fun, but also, come on now. Come on now.
Man, I wish I was there, man. I think I would have killed y'all on that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm pretty decent at it, especially catching and hitting. But at the same time, softball, I mean, I ain't gonna say it's super hard, but it's not super easy either. So you can't get
right
out because you think it's coming in slower than you think. But yeah, man. That sounds good, man. Yeah, hopefully, might have to do the Epsom salt or ice bath or something.
Tonight I'm relaxing, but today, here in a little bit, I actually got my sister's gender reveal. Man, I feel like it's cool. I don't know, like we kind of doing a whole like lot for it, but I think it's cool for her because she's this go around. She's actually in like a relationship where you can tell they really rock with each other. You can tell it's like they happy for this to happen. So it's not like last with her first child where she felt by herself and all that type of stuff. So she got like, and then so I think that may be why she's doing extra for the gender reveal. Like the baby shower ain't coming up, but I don't know, celebration, so Shay's up in the front cooking and stuff for it right now.
Sounds good, yeah. Congrats, man. Hopefully it's Hopefully it's a boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that, because I love my niece, what I'm saying. I actually kind of want her to come on, even though she's only 7, just because her responses and her personality is just like hilarious, man.
Feel like a little
but yeah.
Segment.
Man, but we'll probably even drop little quick photos of like our week in. So like YouTube viewers, y'all can get a quick little sneak peek or a quick little peek into the treacherousness or the relaxation that y'all had, it seemed real cool, man. I think that like I kind of would want to do something like that.
If you follow us, you will also get
right
the exclusive pictures first. So
Right. If you follow us, shoot, because I'm working on picking out which pictures I want to use and which videos for my, hey, I did it this year. So
gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah,
follow us.
yeah. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I'm typically like I'll show like the location, and if it's like some nice views, I'll show that. Sometimes I used to do like a lot of like food pictures and like, hey, I went to this place. It's more for
Hmm.
me. It's more for like, hey, if I want to recommend it to somebody or I want to go back there again and go to this place, I'll just remember it. But I'm trying to step away from that. Like just actually go out there and enjoy it. Don't really try to post so much about like take the picture, but you ain't got to post it right away. You know what I mean? Like I think people focus on
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
I got my phone out, showing everything out, instead of just enjoying the actual vacation and stuff like that. So, um, I'm not saying
Especially when you're
down. I'm
bonding.
just saying, yeah, I'm just saying like you just there.
Hmm. So yeah, man. But
Yeah, but
now,
oh,
man, I kind of wanted to, but I knew like you would be busy this whole time. I kind of wanted to like record a little bit earlier during the week, only because now we're already one game in. Game two is tonight.
and
So uh, we here, man. The finals. The
finally,
Heat went ahead. Yeah, y'all did it.
we finally made it to the finals. I mean, last time we talked about it, we was
Was
scrambling to get
yeah,
out of the conference finals, bro.
man. Yeah, before we get there, how was you feeling? Okay, take me back to Jamaal's mind, game 5 and 6.
Six. Game five, game five. I was not. I was cool. I was like, we lose this one. I think Mama just gonna
Right.
win it at home. Fine. Game six. See, I didn't even watch most of game six. I watched the last the fourth quarter. With that one, I was like, okay, we got it in the bag. Jimmy got fouled at the end, hit his free throw, and dang, Derek White put a putback. And I'm like, now they also
Yes.
at the ref, they messed up the time because he's supposed to be 2.1, but they gave him 3 seconds left, which that shot from Marcus Smart probably would have been dead after that miss. But they had
Right.
that 0.9 seconds, which I'm sorry. If he's at the end of the game, I need as much seconds left off. Cause that was a hard back.
Oh,
That's the only thing I hate about
because
the
literally
NBA.
he got it in there at the last second. He released it like with like yeah. So
Man,
that would have played a
that
big
should have been
part,
hard.
man.
That should have been hard. Nah, I was like heartbreaking right there because you see some different feeds, like it's some Twitch streamers and people who went live that thought the game was over and they were jumping around and they come back and like, oh, this is not over. They just, what I'm saying, because they thought the ref huddled up and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
kind of heartbreaking because it's like those are the games. I'm like, they put all it out on the line. They wanted to go ahead and finish it, and I feel like it's like a mental hurdle to be like, bro, we was so close. Like this is done. We was already 3-0. They came
Mm-hmm.
back and did 3-0. Now we got to go to game 7. And to me, I was super nervous. Super
Yeah.
nervous. Super nervous. I told family members. I told friends. If Miami would have lost that game 7, all this shit. All this shit
Yeah.
would have gone. At least for a year, I would have been. I was dead serious. I was about to take off some of the stuff on the exterior of the car, like the decal stuff. I say I can put something else on it, or just keep it off because
Flash.
it
Put your
sounds.
flash stuff on. Yeah.
Hey, I really want to do that because it matched the scheme. But the only thing
Right.
is like, it's not about we lost in the game 7 to Boston. That if we did that, cool, not cool, but it is what it is. It's
Right.
that we would be the first team in NBA history to go 3-0 and lose. And it's like, it's worse than if somebody did it first and we came back and did the second. It's like, okay, you
You
got
almost would need like a
but
title for that. It
if
almost
you
got to
first,
call it something like a
if you
back
the
end sweep or
first,
something.
exactly. If you the first team, like even if
Yeah.
5, 10 teams do it back to back years after this, you'll still be Miami in 2023 was the first team to do this. They had that 3-0, they had an incredible run, but they couldn't get it done against Boston. And
Man.
I was trying to make the gravity known to people. Like people didn't understand, like, well, just a game. It's not as I was like, no. So when we start getting these back and forth talks and it gets like heated. The rebuttal that people can always say is, at least my team didn't blow a 3-0 lead. Like, it's been 3-1 leads blown, but not a 3-0 lead.
Right.
So I was like, and I can't say nothing about that. I mean, like, that would be like conversation ender. Might be a friendship ender too, but
Man.
but yeah, man. And then game 7 came. I mean, Tatum unfortunately injured his foot, which I think was a huge burst for us because it happened early and we just kind of like went with it. The Celtics
Yeah.
didn't recover
I
well.
still kind of feel like he could have played better or sat down, because being on the court like that, you were hindering and hurting your team.
I agree. And also the coach, you let him play as soon as it happened. I do understand, like, with ankle injuries, sometimes you want to just go ahead and keep them on it. But I feel like you should just have him standing and walking around on the sideline instead of like immediately keep him playing. Because you know what
Yeah.
I mean. Like that could have like say he couldn't go for the first half, but maybe the second half you kept the weight on it continuously, and then the second half he's coming and you up or something like that. So to me, I feel like you can't just let him just have it. Like let the doctors examine and see how bad it is, and then because since it's happened early on, you can make the right adjustment. I'm not saying you can have somebody who can replace Jason Tatum and what all he brings, but I'm like y'all can have a game plan and be like, well, we can do the same thing that if Tatum was healthy since he's on the court. I was like, you can't do the same activity. Brown messed up,
Yeah.
all them turnovers. I'm like, and this is the reason why I feel like we should have just gone ahead and knocked out. This game showed me that we should have been knocked out 5 and 6. It shouldn't have even went to 7 because a lot of people was telling me, well, they went 3-0, we went 3-0 technically. I was like, well, technically not, but kind of like 3 run.
That ain't how that worked.
3 straight run. That's what I was like, yeah, we did with 3 straight now. Come on now. Y'all don't have 0 wins. We have 3 wins. Like,
Yeah.
you're catching up to us still. But they were just saying 3 straight wins, basically. So,
Right.
But yeah, man, I was super nervous. I didn't turn on the game for game 7 until I saw like probably halftime. I'm one of those, like,
Yeah.
I'm really nervous still. I'm like, I'm too invested. As soon as the tip off, I'm like, damn, we even get the tip off. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like off the gate, I'm already hyped up. So like, I don't want to stress myself out. So once I saw these up like double digits, like, man, I feel like we about to cruise to this one, which we definitely did. Which I'm glad, man, because I was serious. I was about to take all this stuff down. I was about to be done with Miami for
That's
at
crazy.
least a year, and then I'll come back to. I have to talk basketball, but I ain't gonna be Miami this, Miami that. Well, because that would have been heartbreaking, bro. Like,
Yeah.
the rest of my life will be talked about that 2023 Game 7 comeback, because still people talk about these 3-1 comeback for the Warriors,
Oh,
Cavs,
they-
OKC. So
yeah.
it's like it's not one of those you can just mine was supposed to be there anyway. And was still, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, but you get that close and then boom. Yeah.
yeah, man. So but I'm glad. I mean, now it's gonna be
Yeah.
tough. Game 1 was already tough. We're playing the Nuggets, so yeah, man. We need everybody who is a fan of basketball to root for Miami.
For sure.
Even if you're a Denver fan, you need to root for Miami.
Right. We need Jamaal
like
to get
two-
these dreads. So y'all, let's put all our energy.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
Everyone.
I don't care. If we get a ring, this is worth it.
We need at least a week of the dreads. We need a week of the dreads.
I don't know about a
coming.
week. I don't know about a week. Maybe a weekend. Maybe a weekend.
Yeah, I give you a weekend and an episode with the dreads.
I can do an episode. But yeah, man, we need our 4th ring. I need Jim to get his first one. Okay, you did send something I want to talk about. You said you sent is this ring, would this be the most important ring in Heat history? I don't remember your thoughts on it. I think you agreed with what I said, but I'll let you talk.
Okay. So with that, I first off, I guess if we break down the rings, the Heat franchise as a whole has 4.
You got 3.
Okay, 3. Yeah. Because one with Wade by himself, well, which old Shaq, and then the Heatles, 2 Heatles rings, I guess.
You should have 4. They should have won 3 straight.
Yeah. I just saw a thing on that too over the weekend. But this one right here, with like having mostly undrafted players. This dude, how you even get them?
Hey, I'm part of the squad, bro. I'm
Uh,
part of the squad. I'm showing the replica championship ring for Miami. You know what I mean? I'm kind of glad that we definitely have enough that I can fit it all in one hand. If you're a Lakers fan, you probably got to wear a necklace.
right. You got to fill these up, and then you got to get some toe rings.
I know. So it's tough to show it off against a Lakers fan, but
Hey, that's tight to even have those, man. But yeah, no, honestly, I think this one will be because like, and not even just like that they're all undrafted, like mostly undrafted or low draft picks. But the road, first off, a seed, barely. Like it was like, they might not, they might not even get into the playoffs, especially after the Hawks lost, but still just squeaking in. And then you take out the Bucks. That's not supposed to happen. And then you take out who is that after? Oh, the Sixers. Oh, yeah, the Knicks. Yeah, you take out the Knicks. Okay, sure. The Knicks, like I said, the Knicks started playing well the second half or like the last little stretch. And I was even, I've talked about that. I like the way they were looking. I'll give you that. But then you take out the Boston Celtics.
That's revenge right there.
Right. You get your revenge back from, what I'm saying?
In the same year. It's like not the same year, but an exact year. Game 7. That's crazy.
Right. It's boom. And then let's say y'all are able to pull this off against the Nuggets. Against 2-time MVP, a player that like his only weakness is lack of vertical, but you're like over 7 feet tall. So okay. Like but and that team, this Denver Nuggets team is different, man. Like, so to go through this whole way and win with the team that you got, also you're down your 6th man, who has been a big contributor in Tyler Hero. This ring would mean so much. Like it's like because it would be like, how did y'all even get here? Like
Yeah, man. I think honestly, it would be like one of the greater I want to say greatest because I haven't gone through everything, but one of the greater underdog stories in the NBA because
it can make a case for it. It can make a case for it.
But then because the Nuggets, like the way they have been going through the West, this run, that's what makes it like. I feel like if we had like a beaten up squad that was in the finals and we beat them, it's like okay. I think y'all the East run was nice, but the finals, y'all had a beating team because they had a stronger West. But the Nuggets been going through teams so effortlessly, it just feels like they're just cruising, and they hitting on all cylinders. I mean, everybody healthy over there. I definitely say, and for me, being a diehard Heat fan, and Wade is probably my favorite player.
Right.
Shooting guards. We can argue about it. If you want to argue, come on and talk about it. Ain't really no debate over here, but I'll say 3-time, number 3 all time shooting guard, Dwayne Wade. But that run, 06,
I give it to you.
Was nice. But there was also a lot of people kind of favored them in a lot of those games and during that season, stuff like that, even though they started off kind of rocky. This one, nobody had the Heat on no type of radar I think we were a lot to make playoffs. I think we were a lot. At the end of the season, that's when it kind of got shaky, but the start of the season, I think a lot of people had us at least going to the playoffs because we was already in the conference finals previous year. But once we kind of struggled in the play-in, the Hawks, shoot down last 3 minutes for the Raptors game. People really didn't have the chance to get the Bucks. Even I had my worries, a lot of worries. So,
No, for sure.
so
Yeah.
if they make it, like I said, I put this ring above all those currently. And Wade's my guy. I mean, it's hard to say because it's hard to be like, because that first ring is really Wade's ring. Like Wade did everything he could to get that ring, but this one would be so much like, I don't know, better received. It would be like, oh my goodness, if you are a diehard Heat fan, this would be like, oh my goodness type of ring.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like it's gonna be one of those Dirk type of rings, like you know how people look at Dirk and the Mavericks on his run. Like I feel like that would be.
Yeah.
I don't know if they was underdogs, but they probably was. But
no, for sure, for sure. Look, thinking back on that,
they went against that Hito team, so a lot of people was like they didn't really think they was going to win that one. So when they did win, yeah, so yeah, they were underdogs. But I agree with you. This will be one of the greatest runs. Tyler Hero may come back, bro. We talked
right, right. So yeah, he may actually get
two, maybe play game 3, game 4. So I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like, a broken hand is super tough, and you got to play defense. You don't know how it's gonna. You don't want something to re-aggravate. You also don't want to.
Yeah, like what if you hand check or something like that? What if you go to hand check and they swipe at it a weird way or something, or block?
Yeah,
so easy to mess that up.
I don't want to do like game plan and have plays and stuff set for him, and then he's not able to execute. And we also did most of the run without him, so it's like, we don't want to. Let's test out Hero and lose a game testing them out. This ain't the team. This ain't the team where we can just like, let's say experiment a game or two here.
No, yeah, because they gonna expose you. They gonna, hey.
This one is tough. I think. Well, let me ask you: do you think what can we do to win some games against the Denver Nuggets? Because is it limiting Jokic, or should we like let him eat and focus on the others, or something?
Honestly, the thing about letting him eat is his version of eating is everybody still eats. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna give you 20 points in the first half, but also 15 assists and 15 rebounds in the first half alone. So, like, how can you just let him eat if he's a pass-first player? And the people that he's passing to, for some strange reason, I'm just mad about that because they was torching my Lakers, but some strange reason, you let Aaron Gordon or you let Michael Porter Jr., you let Bruce Brown come off the bench. These dudes are not missing for spot up threes. For a catch and shoot, they just do not miss.
ACP.
So, Case.
I know. That one hit hard.
KCP, brother, my brother in Christ. Why you ain't do this when you was with us? You know what? I digress. But I would say definitely be a lot more physical. I mean, which is like maybe to like him, but also the other players, just to kind of rough them up, get them second guessing about shots. Get a couple of fouls early, spread those around just to kind of like show them, hey, we here. Because yes, it may not affect Jokic too much because he's one of those players that used to play over in Europe and they play a little bit more physical over there. And he's a big physical dude himself. So that may not do too much to him. But Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon is kind of a tough dude, but still, it's just, it changes their mindset. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face, is what Mike Tyson said. Not saying punch him in the face, but like when you first get that little, oh shoot, okay, I can't just go in for the layup regular, you know what I'm saying? I can't just move how I want to move because I'll meet something right there, so get a little bit more physical. Protect the three. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this in today's game when everybody shoots threes all day. But I don't know, man. What you think y'all got to do?
We need to get some free throws. What? We had the
get to the line.
free throws, the fewest in NBA history. I don't know if that's
That's
in a game or finals
man, that might be
finals
ever.
game.
That might be ever the way that sound.
No, it's ever in the, well, you talk about any situation.
Yeah, I don't think I ever heard
was
that.
like 2 free throw attempts, like, and they had I think like 14 or something like that. But if we had a
See,
double-digit free throws, we would definitely be in the game, if not right there. I don't think we would have lost by double-digit if we had free throws. Um, Caleb Martin, Max Strus, Duncan Robinson didn't shoot the three at all. I think we was like 2 or 20 something. I don't see that repeating. I think that they can get the 3 points going. I think the altitude is affecting people, but people don't really want to say, especially as an opposing player. You don't want to be like,
right.
there's actually something here. It's draining. Like nobody says that.
I was gonna ask you about that. That just reminded me. Like, do you think?
I think it does play a role, but I think after the first day or two, you are adjusted now. I think as a top tier athlete, I think you're adjusted. Me and you probably a
Yeah.
little bit longer, but for them, I think they should be adjusted now. Especially they already did the practices, they already did the full game. So I feel like game 2 they should be a little bit better. The issue with that is that now they have to come to Miami and they got to go back, and I feel like they got to go back and get acclimated again. That's the only.
And I think you probably play better in Miami now because now you're used to the struggle of this, and then you go back down to.
I think they'll play much better in Miami, but to me, Denver will still be acclimated when they go back. Because even if we go to game 7, they'll still be at home. We would still have to get back acclimated after coming back to Miami. So, and that might be something that we just overthink. And as a player, they'd be like, no,
Right.
it's not really an issue. But to me,
I don't know.
Some teams come out flat that first game. I feel like that's how. I feel like it is something there, for sure. But
Oh, for sure, yeah.
free throws, I think we can shoot threes a little bit better. If the three's not working, we just have to keep pushing it in the paint. Because either one, we can't not be shooting free throws and not hitting threes. We either have to go to the line and get the free throws or hit the threes. Because either way, we're going down with no points basically. So, or just 2. So, I think that would be the option, man. Bam was aggressive, but he had 26 points off of 25 shots. So it's not like it was efficient. He got the points, but it just wasn't efficient.
Right.
We did need him to be aggressive because we don't want him to be so lax where Jokic is not like, he's like, he's not about to be as aggressive. So I don't even got to put too much on defense for him. So we want him to go super aggressive. So Jokic had no plan but to guard him or Aaron Gordon, whoever they put on him. And they got some size too. That thing too is like Jokic is big, Gordon is big, Porter Jr. is big. It's like there's no way around the size that because we had size has always been the issue with us. Boston Celtics, with Horford and Grant Williams gave us trouble. Milwaukee gave us trouble with the size. I mean, we got around them, but this one I think is a little bit different beast with the size there. But I got high hopes, man. I really think this, to me, it feel like a Cinderella story. Like it's like right there. It's right there. If they can just finish writing the rest of the movie, we'd be right there.
Man,
but we'll see. You know,
this is like on some Coach Carter. This is on some like Coach Carter type.
You know,
I mean, hopefully,
let's call it writers strike. So you know, they might have stopped writing the NBA finals off. You know what I mean? It was like,
but
well,
yeah, they might have stopped writing the script,
might
y'all.
have been
So
done, not all the way. So we'll see, man. I'm on the fence. I'm like right there if I'm going to Miami or not. I'm like right there. It's on Friday. I am right there.
I would say even if I was just thinking about this because one of my trainer's clients, Mike, he listens to the show. What up, Mike? He was talking about how he was thinking about going to Denver for like because he's a Heat fan as well.
Okay.
And so he was thinking about going up to Denver because it's like what? How far is it from us? Like 6 hours, 8 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I probably won't go to the game because I looked at the tickets and they crazy, but
yeah.
he's like in Miami is even worse. Like, but if you go to like a sports bar or something where you like hella Heat jerseys around or something like that, you still kind of get a feeling, and it's on all the TVs,
Yeah,
but
I
it's
think. I
not.
mean,
Of course, it's not the game, but
I think the camaraderie and everybody's like rooting for the same thing. You feel well, but to me, if I'm going to this, it ain't gonna be the same for me. I feel like if I was living there, I'd go out. I say, heck, can go to the game, but I can be out with my Heat fans. But if I'm traveling there,
that's
I
real.
need to be in the game. The issue is I don't want to pay so much for a nosebleed seat. That's the thing. It's like, man, these are like around $100. Now it's like 5, 6 times that. You know,
Oh yeah, and
just
you
for
know
the
now
seat.
they're going to be resale tickets. You know,
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm debating. I think by the end of the day, if I don't commit to it, I think I'll be done. I'll think about to go to this sneaker store. That's why I kind of was like, can we get on a little earlier? Try to sell some shoes. I know they got some high value. I don't know if they're gonna be willing to pay for it right now. Because some places like,
Mhm.
hey, I know the value of this shoes don't want to cash you out right now. They want to do like store credit or something. But if I can sell 3 shoes, get that, I'll probably go ahead and go. I already got the hotel. I already got the flight. Not, I don't have it already. I have it like laid out, and
Right.
then yeah. So if I'll see you by the end of the day. I'll let everybody know if I'm gonna go or not. And I'm off Friday, so I'm like, I don't even have to take off vacation day. It's like lining up for me. So the issue is, I was like, it's also my first time in Miami, so I was like,
Right.
gotta take more. Like, should it be like quick? Just go to the game, sleep, come back, or you know, let me stay an extra day on
Spend the day.
Saturday, whatever. Because
Yeah.
that's more money, and that's if I go by myself. So I'm like, yeah, might be just one of those go find something good to eat, come back type of deal. So, but I'll let y'all know. I'll definitely be filming that. That'll definitely be on the pod if I do go, man. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
That's a lot
that'd
of
be
people.
hard.
I know a lot of people been, a lot of people been also been like, when the last time, Miami went to the finals, last time they went, they was in the bubble. Before that, it was 8 years ago. So you know what I mean? Like, it's like
On
realistic,
some like
realistically,
they
how,
don't get there.
yeah,
Yeah.
how many times you think? Because hey, another 5, 8 years, you don't know where I'm gonna be in my life, what responsibilities I might have then. So right now, it's just myself. You know what I mean? So I can just take off and go type of deal. So um,
Right. Yeah. What if next time
might
they
have my
come, you about
pockets.
to have a kid or something?
Yeah,
Or
might have my pockets right now, but at the same time, like, might be a little easier than later in life. Depends on how quick they go back. Plus, it'll be the
right.
team I'm actually like want to see as well. You know what I mean? Like, it might
Hmm.
be a whole different squad by the time that come around. You know what I mean? So
That's true.
well, it would be okay. I make it sound like they don't go back as much because that's realistic. But if they did go back, like, oh, they in competition every year, then I'd be like, I'm not as pressed. But so I know it's like, yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, I'm also like, if I bought, I'm really like in my head, I'm like going through all these scenarios. I'm like, what if we buy the
Right.
ticket and I get to the game 4 and it's already 3-0? Like, do I really want to see the suite on our floor? Like, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I kind of do. I was like,
Yeah. I mean, I would still
I still
go,
want to see
man.
them compete. Yeah,
Just in case they pull that one out. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
man, it
Maybe
might
you
be,
be in there. Same enough.
man.
And man, it's first off, going to an NBA game is something that, like, if you remotely like sports, even if you kind of like sports, I think it's something that anyone and everyone should go to.
I agree.
If you can, whether it's preseason, whether it's regular season, especially if it's playoffs, if you can. I ain't never been to a playoff game, but I've gone to a few regular season. We used to go to preseason games all the time because they would have like Chicago Bulls games here and Thunder. They'd have Thunder games here in Wichita for preseason.
Mm.
And so we just go right down to Interest Bank Arena and get to see D Wade and whoever. Oh yeah, D Rose back before when he was still with Chicago. Got to watch him play. Um, and all the Thunder. But it's just a good feeling. So if you got a chance to go experience it. Go. So shoot, if you
Yeah,
can make it, go no matter. And then
I don't
so then
know.
on top of that, on top of what I just said right there, the fact that you be going to go see your team in
At
the finals, in the city, like because for us, we're both fans of team. Well, Kansas don't even got a team, so we're both fans of teams that like aren't in our city.
Yeah.
So for us to go see them, we got to go fly. Like I got to fly hella far. Like, we got to go to LA, and then like you go right on down to Miami. Uh, it's probably like what, like an hour flight or something. It's probably like super quick.
Well, it's not. We don't have direct flights from Augusta, so I have to go
Yeah.
to Augusta to Atlanta or Augusta to Charlotte, and then go down. So
Yeah.
maybe like 3 hours maybe.
Yeah. That's quick. That's easy work.
Yeah, and
In a
then the
sense.
drive I think is like maybe 8 or 9. The drive ain't bad. I think if I didn't
Okay.
have planned vacation, if I had planned vacation, I think the drive would have been feasible, and I would take multiple days because I was like, I
Right.
already spent money. I've already did the vacation a week and a half. If I didn't have that plan and went on those, I feel like this Miami trip would be a no brainer. I would have did a whole weekend there and drove, especially in the heat mobile. You know what I mean? Like I already got that. Like
Right.
now, so, but yeah, since it's like a quick turnaround, driving don't seem to be the best option for me. I just know it's tiresome. I know it's save a little bit money, but plus for gas and all that stuff, like you probably equal that out on the flight technically. So
That's true. So yeah, man. Shoot, if you can make it, go, man. Let us see all about it.
and that one I might have to, definitely record and do all that stuff, man. Be that first Heat home game, man,
Yeah,
and it's a finals
man.
game. That's
I
crazy.
think, man, if you did go and like spent like a next day or whatever, I mean, 'cause like I said, even if you didn't go to the game, I know you ain't trying to just go pull up where the people's at, but I mean, there'll be
Yeah,
some vibes there, man. I mean, I ain't gonna, you know what
that's
I'm saying?
true. That's true. Save a couple $100 too. Oh, damn.
Mhm.
Pull up for the buy.
But look, they got some
Win or
vibes,
loss, they gonna turn up regardless. So
right? And they gonna, you know what I'm saying? They out there. They out there in Miami, so
yeah,
yeah, no,
I might have to. I'll see. I'll see. Like I said, hopefully by today, end of today, I'll try to make a finite decision because I don't want to be
yeah,
like Tuesday, Wednesday, be like, oh, I think I'm gonna go, and then try to scramble to get everything. So I want to be like definite during the week, like, hey, I'm going, preparing my mind and budget,
right,
and go for it. So all
man.
right, I'll let y'all know. Uh, we'll talk about
Man,
what y'all think. Is this gonna be the Miami Heat ring? Like, is this ring? If we was to get a Miami, let me word this right. If Miami was to win this ring, would this be the most important ring in Heat franchise history? The greatest
yeah,
runs
the
in
most,
Miami history. We got the '06 Wade with Shaq ring, and then we have the 12-13 ring with the, well, I guess 13-14 ring with Chris Bosh, Wade, and LeBron, the Heatles. So, and then we have this one. If we are to obtain it, what y'all think? Or
yeah,
is Jamal just crazy? I think the Nuggets is not. It's not even a realistic question. Also, let us know. I'll tell you why you're wrong,
yeah.
but let us know.
And
Um,
then, man, I got one more thing before we go slightly off of, well, not slightly, but go off basketball. Um, I saw where they were talking about how if Jokic wins this year, as early as he's won, this is like what, his fifth year or something like that, or I
yes,
forget. Like he hasn't been in too long, but if he wins this, he'll have won before a lot of people and goes with his other stats. Does this make him the greatest center of all time?
whoa, whoa, whoa. That's tough. I I really think it's how he plays is why we don't look at him as such. I think
Okay.
if he played super dominant, like think about it, if he played like Shaq with the accolades he have now, I feel like we would be like, yes. But for me to but the eye test of how he plays, we just can't put him up there like as the greatest center. But with accolades, it's gonna be really tough, especially if he gets ring.
That's
Especially like imagine if he got this MVP, three-time MVP,
mm-hmm.
and he got this ring the same year, I think people would have been like, for sure. Like, I think I'm not gonna say everybody would
He's
have.
going to get a Finals MVP. He's going to like if he wins.
It'd be crazy. He was drafted in 2015.
Okay, so 7 years. The seventh year, and he would get. I mean, that's still pretty. I mean, that's really good in a career, especially in your career, like with the team that you start off with. Not saying like they was just like trash, but like trying to,
Yeah, and they
you
were in
know.
the playoffs every year. No, almost every year. I don't know his early years, but plus he was holding the team down when Jamaal was out. So it's not like he was like, hey, I need somebody else. Like, no, they was looking formidable with him. I think Jamaal
Right.
kind of pushed on the edge, but we'll see. Hopefully Miami can take a stab at his legacy right there. So hopefully we can calm that down. Uh, I'm already told people I think we are the team that breaks up Tatum and Brown. I think Brown leaves. Oh yeah, actually,
Mm,
let me ask you: do you think they should leave? They should break it up. I think we talked about it briefly. Um,
honestly,
do you think the Tatum and Brown experience needs to come to an end?
I man, because I like the way it looks normally. You know what I'm saying? When they both getting it, it's a scary combination of like, yo, we can't even double team Buddy here because he gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Ideally and on paper, yes, but we've dealt with on paper in comparison to in real life so many times with so many different teams. I don't even want to talk about the time I basically had a happy heart attack when I was in high school and I saw that they had Steve Nash coming, Dwight Howard, and joining Kobe Bryant, and I was like, oh, we're gonna win 80 games. We're gonna, yeah. So I know the difference between on paper and in real life. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen it with Kyrie and well, we can keep going down the list on that, but like we've seen it with Kyrie and KD and James Harden. On paper, whoa, sure, we talked about it at the beginning of the season. This is
Crazy
scary,
how much
but
it's a thing, bro. It's crazy.
reality is, so sometimes maybe it's a whole other person that would complement each other's like uh, Jalen or uh, Jason's game.
Yeah, I think it's
Right.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
I think it's done. I'm like, what else have they have to prove? Unless y'all trying to rework the entire organization. I'm like, y'all have gone to conference finals early on in their of their careers.
Mm-hmm.
Like Boston Celtics, I mean, they had went to the finals. So you check that off. They went to the finals. At first, a lot of people was like, let's just see if they can get to the finals. If they make noise, they already went to the finals. They've been back to the conference finals. I'm like, how many times do they have to go through this before it's like, nah, this ain't gonna work? Because they're gonna get to the point where they're gonna
Right.
be like untradeable assets, where like you're not gonna get the value you can get from now. Because to me, I feel like they already kind of deemed Jason Tatum as their star for the Celtics. So to me, they were gonna,
Right.
Jaylen Brown. So I'm like, go ahead, shop him, try to see what you can get for him, and maybe another player in that package, and get somebody who complements Tatum a little bit better.
Because you would screw both parties up. You would screw both the Celtics and Brown up if you wait too long.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
like,
he doesn't get to be his best on, let's say, the Mavericks or wherever. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't get to be the best version of himself if you wait till year 9, 10. And they don't get to have a good trade because people are like, yo, man, he averaged 11 and 6 last year. No, thank you. Or
yeah,
we'll give you some cash or something. Like we'll
yeah.
give
Just
you
get
our
some injury
second round.
injury away before his whole thing goes down. I don't know. Just talk about
Yeah.
maybe him in the Hawks for Trey and
Mm-hmm.
Murray, Deon Murray. I don't know his first name, Deontay, whatever.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Uh-huh.
Murray goes to, and somebody else maybe like John Collins go to the Celtics. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like that for both teams. So I'm like, still have Trey Young, but at the same time, it's all about Jalen Brown. Like, if he wanted to be, well, to some regard, it's up to him. But do he actually want to be the star of a team, or he wants to be another like second fiddle? Because that will still be a second fiddle type of deal there in the Hawks. He might have more
Mm-hmm.
flexibility because it's a different position type deal. Because I feel like it's Jalen Brown, damn near the same position, same player.
That's what I thought. I feel like they're the same person.
Yeah, I was like, you got
Well,
less
not
skin,
skill wise, but right.
basically. And then Brown plays a little bit better defense, I would do say. But Jason Tatum
Mm-hmm.
got a better handle. So it's like kind of like they got this. It's like really equal, but not in the same part. If that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. I would say I think Miami's gonna be the one to brace up the team. I think they're gonna try to do something this offseason with him. Because to me, I was like, how much? I mean, it's already been like 7, 8 years, I think, right now. Maybe shorter. But that she already been playing with them. So I'm like, y'all might as well go ahead and try to make it happen because Tatum getting older too. People keep forgetting. They keep saying these are kids. I'm like, they've been in the league for like 6 years, 6, 7 years. Like
Yeah, no, they're past their they're still new in the league phase. Like
yeah. I'm
they're
like, these are not rookies
established
no
now.
more. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Talking about going out. Wanted
Uh-huh.
to bring up this real quick. So we talked about the Boston Celtics maybe breaking up that duo. Shannon Sharp, Skip and Sharp,
Yeah.
FS1 Undisputed co-host with Skip came out with a buyout agreement with FS1, so he will no longer be part of that show. And he has also claimed the rights of Club Shay Shay as well, I believe, in that deal, which
Which
is
that was
huge.
yeah. And also made me go, huh, because you didn't have it before, but I also understand how like depending on your contract, depending on how things are with uh big execs or record companies or whatever, a lot of times they can own your likeness. And I didn't realize like how crazy that was to where like, and I wonder if it's like that for the NBA, with like all those, and this is real quick and I'll go right back to it, but like how a lot of NBA players have podcasts. And it's like, so does I don't know, the Warriors own, a piece of Draymond's or something like that, So it really kind
That
of
is,
opened my eyes to like, how did that even work?
yeah, I know, like, and I need to go back because talk about guests that I want to have on. Marcellus Wiley, he has been breaking out these down like beautifully, and I don't remember everything he said, but he was already saying like if you check out all these podcasts, like I think like even like Stephen A. podcast, Stephen's World, or these are all owned by those networks. So if he was to
Right.
leave, all that stays with them. Now, I think this one's a really unique situation that he was able to negotiate it. And I feel like this network may have messed up other business models because if I have another individual that wants to leave, he's going to also try to negotiate that podcast or TV show to come with him as well. Um, so it's not
Mm,
like other networks don't probably have the leverage. It was like, hey, Shannon Sharp was able to leave his show as well. I need to have that same regard. I may be a bigger influencer than him as well. So, but for him to break out from that, keep his show, that's real tough because Club Shay Shay has really been booming. Like it's one of those like
right,
I think
right.
he'll have a future job in broadcasting or like not broadcasting, but sport commentating. But I don't know if he wants to. Like if he doesn't, I think Club Shay Shay still will be like successful enough for him to just do that alone, whether he wants to or not. But
Right.
now that
And
he
of
has the
course he
rights to it,
will. He'll bounce it out to somewhere else. Like I'm pretty sure people would love. I mean, I keep seeing people already, hey, I'd love to have you over here. Stephen A said, yo, I want you to come to First Take. I want you to come, everybody's been wanting them, even Cameron them, but I don't think he did that.
yeah,
That'd be funny though.
to me, if he can, I think he need to break out his own show. Like, because right now Skip and Shannon Undisputed, they said like
Yeah.
Skip runs that. Like he can control who comes on, what guests, who
Mm-hmm.
he wants as the next co-host. He kind of had that like written down, like slated. if potentially Shannon, and I don't know how it works because you got Get Up, First Take, all these already kind of taking slots. I don't know, but in the future, if he can make up his own show and have his own co-host, I think he can hold his own on that regard because to me, he has made such a huge name on himself. Like he's well respected in majority of sports world. So like, if
Right.
you can carve up your own way instead of trying to be like, hey, let me run it up with Stephen A. or let me run it up with Colin Coward, somebody like that. Like I can do my own thing again. You know what I mean? So, which I would think for him and his career, I think that would be. I feel like that would be more beneficial. Like stay with Club Shay Shay until the opportunity comes to have his own type of deal. Or if he can
Right.
still stay relevant on TV spectrum, then continue to be like a co-host and stuff like that. Because I don't know. Because next couple months, if he come on the co-host or he joins the show, the first thing they're gonna ask about is skip stuff just a little bit. It might be
For
just a quick
sure.
little thing. Now he might begin of the the pre-production stuff. They might be like, hey, I don't want to talk about this no more. I already get my statement about it, but people gonna want to throw it in there. So
Honestly, I can see him doing it. Look, if I had a falling out like that, like let's say, I don't know, I got Club Din or something off to the side, and then Match My Energy is a whole like network show, or we like a podcast by
mhm.
FS1 or whatever. And me and you have a fallout. Before I go to my next show, I'm gonna just talk about it on Club Din. If you want the exclusive or whatever,
That's true.
go to my show. And then when I go to my new show with, I don't know, Skip or whatever, that'd be crazy. But if I go to my new show with Skip, we ain't even gotta talk about it. Go check my podcast out.
Yeah.
But I think honestly, like hopefully I also like the fact that it was like a buyout situation. It was like I'm taking my own control instead of waiting to be fired, because now you can control your own narrative. Because let's say
Or just
he
quit.
gets fired. Yeah. Or just quit, or just I'm not doing this. Now it makes it look like you do bad business. Now it makes it look like you were a nuisance, or Skip just had to fire you, and he can give his own little spin on it. He already probably can, but the buyout makes it look more like you had enough. You also were business savvy enough to be like, hey guys, I understand that I still have more contract, or I still have this. So I will just give you this much back. How much is it to get off of this? Oh, it's such and such million, which I'm pretty sure. Okay, cool. I got that. Boom. Here you go. Also, I want my Club Shay Shay. Oh, that's extra, whatever. Okay, boom, here. And I'm also ready to see exactly how he'll be able to because like I didn't know that it was like that the podcast was ran by a network. So with that,
Yeah.
do you get all the camera crew? Do you get all the production? Do you get all uh the editing? Do you get all those same people? I mean, of course, you could probably hire your own people, but like you already had that going. Who was paying for you to fly to this person or to pay this person to come on? Where was that money coming from? Because one thing that I'm learning is those people don't just come with the kindness of their heart. I mean, maybe, and of
Some of them.
course they probably, and I'm sure that they have like love for Shannon Sharp. Sure. But
Right.
especially me, like, I mean, I'm younger in comparison, but I remember watching him win a Super Bowl with the Broncos. I definitely won't remember when he was with the Ravens, but that was when he was older. Um, but like, imagine somebody 40, 50, you know what I'm saying? As much as they love Shannon Sharp, they still like, yo, I got to get this paper. So when a Steve Harvey or something comes on, of course he's like, yo, I'll rock with you. You my boy. But my rates are, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
when before
For one
maybe
time.
FS1 paid for it, now it's got to be him or
Oh,
whoever to pay for them.
that makes sense. Yeah, that's true too.
Right.
You got to think about that side of things, and then like you go from. Now I'm not gonna minimize the stars, but you go from these heavy hitters to like, hey, this is my homeboy,
Right.
this is my teammate I used to play for. I need to do favors. You know what I mean? Like, your guess might
Yeah.
change when the money changes.
That Right. You go from Steve Harvey, you go from I mean, he's real big in the bodybuilding world, but Phil Heath, when he had Phil Heath on there, and then on that, he traveled to go train with Phil Heath.
Yeah.
Cedric the Entertainer. So you go from them to, man, this guy, he was real cool in the locker room with me back in 95.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Y'all remember Randall Jackson? No, we don't.
I
But
start doing favors. But I wonder,
right.
like, what about because what about the shows that's like on Showtime? Because you got the Iman Sherper one, you got the All the Smoke. Because All the Smoke is Matt Barnes stack, but you know they get those guests. Do they own they? You think they own?
I think they own it, but like it's put on by Showtime. So of course they go on YouTube, but then they also go on the Showtime channel and the app and all that. So yeah, something like that. But I'm pretty sure that even if they all they boys or whatever, they still going. I mean, I'm pretty sure Isaiah Thomas got paid to be there, both of them. I'm pretty sure whoever else was getting paid to be there. So Showtime is probably that's in that budget. That's in their production budget. So as much as it looks like
your show, hey, we need to help on this guest because this rating will go crazy if we get this guest.
Yeah. So sure, yeah. And they're a big giant $1 billion, maybe trillion, maybe not trillion, but multi-billion-dollar company. Yeah, okay. We got some here's all the smoke budget. And I think what's the name is with is Iman Shumpert Showtime? Or I think it's like Undisputed or something like that. I think that's like Maverick Carter's company. Something like that.
You might be right.
But still, it's a whole production company. It's not like with us where it's just us. So if we ever have to pay for a guest, it's coming out of your pocket or my pocket. You know what I'm saying? My little gym money or whatever,
Right, my Miami trip.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, if we had a whole production company or whatever, our production company is paying for your trip and seats to the game, and maybe you get to hold the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like with Nav Green, with when he got to do all that, I'm pretty sure they got a whole production behind them.
Yeah.
And so I wonder how this affects Shannon moving forward with at least Club Shay Shay until he finds a landing spot, which I'm sure he's probably already found a landing spot, but just can't announce it yet. I mean, the moment it was announced, I'm pretty sure he had like 20, 30 people like, yo.
It's super popular. That's it. I mean, his like the Skip versus Shannon discussion debate is super popular. Like, because some of the takes are wild. Them going back and forth is actually like TV gold. Like, whether
Him pulling out all the stuff and
yeah, I'm like, we might be tired of the discussion, but because it keep going back and forth, it's like kind of entertaining. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
to the point where we'll be like, "Oh, I wonder what Skip and Shannon gonna say about this."
Right.
You know, like you'll see something on the game, or you see something happen in the news or on Instagram. You're like, "Oh, I'm gonna tune in tomorrow because I already know Skip and Shannon gonna be on something with this."
Yeah, man. So we'll see. We'll see what the future holds for both of them. Because even, I mean, we don't talk about Shannon. Who would be another co-host for Skip if they was to keep Undisputed, which I'm pretty sure they would. I think he probably have to run it solo for a little bit, maybe.
And just he might do like a rotating guest thing, like the Breakfast Club is doing.
Yeah.
Even though it seemed like they starting to fall for just hilarious though for that. Yeah. I can see it though. I like that.
It's a tough I think they said like Skip got a lot of like strict requirements, stuff like that of his co-host and stuff like that. So it's not gonna be like hey, y'all sound good this week. It's like, no, we need this to fit long term, at least a couple years, you know what I mean? Because it's not like every 6 months we can keep having somebody else now. Potentially could,
right?
Or whatever, but
you could maybe.
So yeah, I'm interested to see who would mess well with Skip.
Ooh,
because right now,
you know what?
For the most part, it does feel like Shannon fit that mold for right now.
Yes, they could take it a whole different way. Lean into the whole undisputed thing. So undisputed champion, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. So every week he has a new challenger come on and debate sports and stuff with him. And it could be different sports writers, different, reporters. It could be other athletes come on. It could be, you know what I'm saying? They just head to head against them that week.
Man, yeah.
So
That's kinda
every
starting
week
to
it could be
feel
like a
that now.
revolving thing.
Now, I kind of like that idea. I mean, we kind of give them pitching ideas to them, so they take it and
Right.
we need that percentage.
I'll send you the invoice.
It kind of sounds like Stephen A. little bit because Stephen A. had that time when he had Max Kellerman was off, so they had their
Uh,
on, strong for a
yeah.
couple years, and then it was like, no, this is not really. Stephen A. said it's not really gonna work out. And now
He a hater. He a hater, but it's
he has
fine.
his he has his own guest now. Now they kind of have rotating guests. I mean, it's kind of been
Mm-hmm.
more the same people like with Mad Dog and got the JJ Reddick's been on a little bit more.
JJ Reddick. I like JJ. I like JJ, man.
I like him to some extent, but I was like, I don't feel like he's a good fit with Stephen A. I don't know how to say it. Like I like JJ Reddick, like his own show. I like him when he participates in like the other network, the other shows. But with him and Stephen
Mm-hmm.
A, I feel like that's just I don't know. I don't feel like that would be long term for sure. Which I don't feel like
Nah.
long term anyway. But
So who you? Okay, so who do you think is your personal as a viewer and a fan of watching these shows? If they had the same setup, one person, who do you think is Shannon's match? Good person for him if he did a show with somebody, and who do you think's a good replacement for him on with Skip?
this is tough.
I guess it would be like your dream. You're like, oh yes, this is what I would tune into.
I need somebody who's gonna be able to also go at Shannon. Like, I don't want nobody to be like, okay, I agree, and then call it like they get heated
Every single
I want
time.
somebody to get heated a little bit as well.
Yeah.
I forgot the guy that was with Kendrick. I forgot his name.
Swagoo.
Swagoo. I like him a lot. I don't know if I want him with Shannon, but he might be a good fit with Skip, I think.
Skip. I can see that, yeah.
Swagoo got because you also with that show you also need somebody because this a yearly show, so you need somebody who can talk football and basketball. So you just can't have one or the other. So they gotta be able to get so I do feel like it needs to be a former player to be with Skip. Because Skip, I think whoever it has to be a former player. That's like number one requirement because what Shannon was telling other people, like I think he had an interview with Mad Dog on Sirius XM or something. Being a former player perspective and having an analyst perspective is key to why that show was successful. If you have two athletes, that tend to be more of a podcast. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. If you have two analysts, it seemed to be more of like the early morning show. That's how they format. That's how they had that format. So to me, it had to be another former athlete. I think Swagoo, and whether he want to do or not with Skip, I think that would be a good one because he can bring that energy, can be in the debate. With Shannon, I think it's gonna be tough to find somebody who can match that. Trying to think. I don't know. I wouldn't mind a Max Kellerman, man. I think Max probably because he already dealt with a big personality in Stephen A. So I think the personality thing wouldn't deter him too much. He also has now people say, and that's one thing that Stephen A. was saying, that he doesn't his basketball references and basketball takes are like so out of there. Like that's why he didn't want to care.
Because he's a big boxing person.
He's a huge boxing person. In other sports, like he does that well. So when it comes to the basketball side of things, that's when stuff was lacking a little bit. But if he can get that going, because I feel like the Max J and Key, that's the name.
Yes, he's the one who had to take. Yes, okay. Max Kellerman was the one who had to take that was like fate of the planet. I wanted to take the last shot on the Warriors. I'm going for Iguodala.
Yes.
We was like, wait, Oh,
That's that guy.
wait a minute.
He huge on Iguodala. So, but yeah, I think even with his takes, I think he would be good. He also, I think somebody with Shannon will also have to be someone who can steer the conversation a little bit as well. If they don't have like
Okay.
that a mediator or something in the middle or something like that, like they have it undisputed. If it's just them two, I
Mhm.
think they're gonna have to have somebody who can actually give their opinion, but also push the conversation ahead because
Right. I think a lot of shows tend to have that Molly Kerman or
yeah,
I forget the other girls, but like
yeah.
they tend to have that knowledgeable woman in the middle. You know, I wonder why they always have a.
I was about to
I
say
think we was. I think we was kind of. I think we
I don't
kind of
really,
did a thing.
I don't really know if it's. I don't think it's needed. To me, at first, I was
Yeah.
like, do you think because it's a sports show, do they really just need like a pretty face at that? That's what my face. That's what my head goes. It's like,
Yeah, that's what I was like.
in the
Yeah, that's why
but
I said that for a second.
you
Yeah.
also see that they don't really they get touched on their opinion a little bit, but they don't dive into the debate. Now, Molly might have a every once in a while. It's like, hey, I need to actually talk on this to actually, but
And
every second, yeah,
Joy Taylor. She.
yeah, she carved up her own space now. She's actually part of that. Like she's not a like
Yeah.
she used to be a co-host with Colin, but now she's like on the speak.
Hmm.
She's actually a panel
But
with
she really knows her stuff. I mean, I think she hooped or something,
yeah, I think her brother played
and then
football too.
her brother played for the Dolphins. Jason Taylor. Yeah,
Yeah, so she's
I
not
didn't.
like a mediator host anymore. Like she does host a little bit when I chose out, but she's actually one of those analysts that give her own opinion now. So she kind of moved away from that space where Molly
Yeah.
is at now. So which I'm glad. I think that's like if you on the show, you so public and like always the cameras are on you, like I feel like you should be giving your opinion on the topic that you would like to have your opinion on. Like if it's
Yeah.
something oh, I'm not knowledgeable about this, I'm not gonna speak on this. But if you want to speak on it, I feel like now she do give opinion. I'm talking about Molly specifically, occasionally, but like the host the co-host or mediator on Skip and Shannon show, like she just kind of give you the topic, headline, and move on. Like she doesn't do anything else. So
Mhm.
it's like to me, I feel like why would they
I
care
feel like
about
she
it?
knows her. She knows her stuff, but she also knows to like play her role in a sense. Like like this is for these two here, so I'll set it up. I know she'd be probably sitting there like, I kind of want to say something about that, but she
I know,
just
but I'm
don't.
like, how do you hold? I mean, sometimes she
Yeah,
does like her stuff out, or like she can't hold her tongue because it's like something she's
yeah,
really passionate about. But I'm like, these they are on TV enough now. The issue is they get too animated on some topics and they don't know how to move on. So you need somebody that's like, hey,
right.
I need you.
So you need some.
We got to move on. But
Yeah.
you do have producing stuff in your ear, so I was like, it's not like us where
Sometimes you need an actual person. Sometimes you need an actual person to be like, hey, we cool.
I don't know,
Let's move
man.
on.
I don't know.
Also, I know how I could chill. I tell you exactly how even if they're like honestly I think Kobe's like the 17th best shooting guard. If I heard that and my mind's like he's well, what I'm saying, if I'm getting
Let's move
paid
on to the next
3 million,
topic.
if I right, if I'm getting paid $3 million or probably more than that, but I'm gonna just say $3 million to be the mediator, sitting here like find a good smile or something, and I will be quiet.
No, facts. If you getting paid just for hey, let's move on to the next topic. Here's the topic.
So today, yeah,
Exactly.
question: what you think about? Oh, and then let them rock.
Hey, and you come up with a nice fit every day, then hey, and then it's
Right,
like
for 3.
2 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, and it's like you're done for the
Yeah,
rest of the day. Cause
I will be quiet. I will
yeah,
be
like
quiet.
six
I'm
to
a.
five to seven maybe, and then the rest of the day it's just you. Like that's
Yeah,
I
I'll be
mean, maybe
quiet. I
get a
will talk about this on my podcast. I'll be like, yeah, on the podcast over here. I'll get my thoughts, but oh,
yeah, I'm quiet on the show, but niggas, y'all need to come over here on the podcast, listen to what's really going on.
so you remember when Skip said? Oh, so here's what I was thinking.
I couldn't see
Every day
yeah.
I would just give a twitch, and when I just like review or like do a whole little reaction. See, okay, let me pause it. Okay, so when they said
Man, I'll be like at the end, like doing live, like I see the topic say, and if you want to hear my opinion, check out.
Yeah.
But before, let's have Skip and Shannon continue. But you want to hear my opinion, check out. I will keep on interjecting
Yeah.
every time.
But for me, I would say
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, we even yours.
oh yeah, for me, like you said, for Skip, I think or for Skip, of course, a former player would be good, or a really good sports writer, like Bomani Jones or uh, even like a Chris Broussard. But I know he got his own thing going. I think he does.
Yeah, he with Nick Wright and
Yeah.
I think it's First Take. Yeah, First Take.
So yes, I mean, but ideally something like that. But
The podcast too. So.
but if we were gonna like just get into it, and this is kind of like this would be a way to set it up, and it'd be kind of crazy though to put this person. He just retired. I like the way he talked, and I know he would have attitude with it. If it was Udonis Haslam and Skip,
No, I don't think so.
I'm telling you, man. Because
I think you did cut way too differently.
but I think that he knows the game. I think he knows enough of not just the game, but like he knows this industry enough to know the ins and outs. And he'd also give like very hard takes on like NBA players like having their backs that a lot of times like Skip would be like, well, I don't know, you know, like when Skip talks kind of wild about it.
Yeah, I think he'd be good at a JJ Redick role, like frequent guest, but to be like calls with because me.
Yeah, you also want someone with experience.
Say some wild stuff sometimes where it makes people so infuriated just with how Shannon is. So I was like, with UD, I feel like it takes a lot of self control, and it's different because Shannon has okay. To me, Shannon holds his tongue a lot because Skip gave him the opportunity to join the show. If somebody else like because he kind of spearheaded him to be like he fought for him to be there. If somebody else comes in, they're not gonna have that same affection to Skip. So it's like
they may not.
I ain't got no tongue. I can go crazy right now. I'm not gonna say they're gonna take something wild, but it's like Skip ain't do me no favors. Like potentially, I mean, I think he definitely have to sign off on whoever comes, but
right. It won't be with that the relationship that they had.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Is like the relationship probably won't be as solid for whoever comes on. Now another person that popped up, I'll let you finish.
Oh, shoot. Dang, yeah, that's actually a good point. So yeah, like I said, I would go with like a writer or something like that. But for Shannon Sharp, for Shannon Sharp, I would maybe go with like another like sports legend and or writer. Okay. But like not a sports legend that's like what's the way to put it? Like on his dick in a sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of them is like extra buddy. And I know that everybody, like, of course they have like their like it's like a fraternity, brotherhood type of thing, but that don't mean I agree with all the stuff you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I still want a little bit of like opposing views on certain topics and all that. Even if like there are sometimes they go, yeah, man, actually I agree with that too, blah, blah, blah. But there are a lot of times where they're against. So I would maybe even go with like a who's in the because I know like even if you're a football player, you still watch NBA and all that and vice versa. So maybe well, Draymond's still playing, so we couldn't do that. But I like Draymond's takes, how hard he is, just like he'll stick to one side. But again, I'd go with the writer. I'd give him a writer like or an analyst like let's go with dang, there's this older woman that was really good. I forget. It was this white lady that used to be on Around the Horn. Did you ever watch Around the Horn?
A little bit, something.
Um,
And
but yeah, I
mean,
forget.
we haven't even thought about that. Like, it doesn't have to be a man to go with Shannon or Skip. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
what are some of the women in that industry? So I think I like
Ooh, Jamel Hill. She just lost her
just
she
like
just lost her Spotify deal, right?
mm-hmm.
Because Spotify just cut a whole bunch of stuff. So what if she goes against Skip?
I don't know. I don't know about Skip. I think she'd be nice one with Shannon.
Oh, I already know she'd be perfect, but for Shannon, that would work. Oh, or even speaking of which, Michael, for Michael and Jamil,
Mm-hmm.
if he went on there against Skip, I don't know where he went, but
I think Shannon would be the easier one. I think Skip is going to be a lot harder than people realize. Like, this Shannon and Skip was actually like a perfect fit to some degree. I think people gonna have a hard time. Now, one person I do like.
Jackie McMullen.
Yeah, yep.
Her, that's what I was thinking of. I always kind of liked her on Around the Horn.
One person I was also thinking about was Pivot Podcast co-host Ryan Clark. I feel like Ryan has been in that space for a long time. I just don't know who he'd pair with, Shannon or Skip. I think Skip would be a little bit.
Skip. I think Skip.
That would be a perfect match.
Yes. Because he knows how to and it's different. Because for if it was Ryan and Shannon, it'd be a lot of like, yeah, bro, talk the whole time because it's like we both football guys, we both, this and that. Like, and they're both like very, but also, and I ain't even trying to, I hate thinking of it like this because y'all know how I am about black stuff, but like he's a very professional, and calm, cool, collected now reporter.
Yeah.
Or talker or analyst. Just won an Emmy. So him being with Skip was perfect, but he also isn't afraid to say what he needs to say.
Right.
And so Ryan and Skip, that would be probably the perfect fit.
That way he's also established. He's also been in that space for a long time. He also did. I think he's one of those Stephen A's like stamp of approval deal. Kind of went through the fire. He kind of knows the space. Can still do the podcast stuff. So it's like that's a sneaky one. I think that might be a good one.
Yeah.
Right there.
Ryan and Skip. If I wanted a wild card for Skip, I would go Jalen Rose. But I think the perfect one is Ryan and Skip. I like that.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'm going over here to Shannon, and I'm gonna say Shannon and Jamel Hill.
Okay. On that for Shannon, I think I'm gonna do. Shannon and Max Kellerman for mine. I think Max is still can get him.
I like Max. And he be standing up for us. So
I also, unfortunately, it's a lot of LeBron and Jordan talk. I feel like whoever Shannon goes against has to be a Jordan lover. That's the only way the debate really goes because, I mean, you don't have to talk about it every day, but when LeBron hits another accolade and have somebody rebuttal, be like, well, Jordan this, like, we need somebody who's like super heavy on Jordan. I think Max is on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, we'll see. This is kind of our predictions.
Yeah.
This is happening. Maybe Shannon don't even be on the show. I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah. Maybe he just starts an interview show where he just does basically Club Shay Shay and develops that more. Who knows? But ideally, we just like talking theoreticals. If I could shift gears a little bit, I don't want to make it go too long, but somewhat quick. Rest in peace, condolences to Jackie O, DC Young Fly's longtime girlfriend and mother of his 3 children. Also, she was a wild out girl. She was a model. She was, I guess she did like funny skits. Of course, everybody does on Instagram, but also like, I guess I kind of wanted to speak on it, because we're both big fans of, 85 South, DC Young Fly, like, and also it's just a sad thing. It's a sad thing, kids lost their mother, someone lost someone that they thought they would probably be with forever, and at a young age, at only 32. Shoot, I turned 32 this year.
Yeah.
Like, this is, whoa, to me. And it was in preparation for a surgery. I can't remember if it was during the surgery, because I just saw a new report said like it was like in the hospital. I don't really get into the stuff of that.
I think more details will come if it was like the preparation or the actual surgery itself. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people was commenting about, talking negatively about the hospital and the procedure and stuff like that. So hopefully everything was done by the book and we get more details out of it. So
Right. And I think for me, it's also just kind of the idea of always like, so she was going for a mommy makeover. And it's because, she just had their 3rd child and was ready to, when you get the mommy makeover, they kind of bring your stomach back in and they give you the breast lift and all that, and maybe even add a few cc's and make it a little bit more perky. And for me, it's because of the expectations and the stuff that I say we, but I just mean like in general for like society or men, or even a lot of times it's women, the way we judge people's natural human bodies. Like the fact that she felt like if I don't have perfect symmetricals and this and my stomach's in and no cellulite and this, that people gonna judge. And the thing is, she's probably not all the way wrong. You're probably not all the way wrong. You get to a certain weight, maybe they don't want you on Wild 'N Out. Maybe they don't want you on it. Maybe they don't, maybe you don't get the same looks. Or, you get made fun of for photoshopping pics, or I don't know which, because you're creating a false narrative towards, how you look, and some little girl's gonna look at you and go, well, how do I look like that? Well, she don't even look like that. And I think it was kind of like a look at our standards and how we view people. And I'll even hear people that would be like, oh, nah, look at her, man. Nah, she this, or she, a little chubby, or she got a little pooch on it. And I keep seeing people say, hey, I don't like them wearing them sundresses with like, and it showed like the girl having like a little bit of extra belly on it, like in the front of her. I'm like, first off, where's the who trip about that? Yeah, speak for yourself, brother. Shoot, I mean, the only people that be talking like that is dudes that A, don't feel good about themselves, or B, don't really be getting girls to begin with. It seems like the ones that really can't get them be having the most to say about how perfect the girl gotta be. Like, meanwhile, you not even close to perfect. You not even,
yeah, man, I think it's especially with her being in that celebrity spotlight, and when everybody's getting that surgery and stuff done, and everybody in her friend group bodies done and look nice, stuff like that. That's when I feel like it's like, well, I don't want to be the one missing out. You know what I mean? Like, I just had these kids.
right.
I'm still, appearance wise, I still can be able to handle whoever. You know what I mean? So I'm like, but I mean, I just, it's so sad. It's like one of those unexpected things that popped up that kind of floored a lot of us. And I'm like, I'm not even, you know, super aware or connected with Jackie more than because I'm more into, 85 South and DC, so I know of her through that. But it's like one of those
Right.
like, man, and hopefully, I mean, hope people take more like take this more seriously and crucial. It's like it's not just have get my body done. It might be a quick surgery. He's done it 1,000 times. Stuff can happen. These are complications. These are modifications to your body.
Yes.
Honestly,
anytime you go under anesthesia, my wife works in surgery, and anything from a surgery where they have to get a hip replacement to what's the aortic valve, like the valves when they get bypasses and all that because they had a heart attack, to amputating feet or whatever. All the different things. They said like even the most regular surgeries that they do 10, 12, 20 times a day, there can be complications because your body won't respond to whatever the same way my body responds to it. Or the more times you go under, the more risk you have. So the people who are getting the 5, 10, 15 surgeries, your body's getting weaker every time you're doing that. And every time you go under anesthesia, you're like super close to death. And then you come back, you know what I'm saying? So you're taking that risk every time, man. And on top of that, like, I understand that, like, if you got a whole bunch of money, you know, with like, and he probably help out. That's my girl. I got you this and that. Oh, it's only this much. So let's say you making 12 million. Or 4. Let's say 4 million. And mommy makeover surgery is 7,000. Oh, that here, girl. Go get your surgery, come back. I'll take care of you when you get, you know.
Yep.
It's not the same, you know what I'm saying? So so it seems pretty easy to where, shoot, I got friends and people that I know that are going to get these surgeries. You know, we just regular folk. You know, so it's not like hard to get it. Yeah, people saving up. So it's like it's become so much more of a norm that we're forgetting how dangerous it is.
Yeah. And that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. It's like, yeah, it's super unfortunate, but hopefully it draws awareness to, hey, these are modifications. If you really don't need it, if it's not something like hindering your health or something like that, like some people, it's like, I need to get this because, you know, it's impacting my health or way of living or something like that, then yeah, you know, consult with your doctor and do it. But if it's something that's just like, I just want to look good, look nice, you know, for the public eye, you know, just be aware of the issue that can occur. And you know, sometimes, you know, some people do this because they need this for like certain roles, certain movies,
Right. I get it.
jobs. So it's like, I do understand it, but you know, just you just gotta be aware. I think when the doctor does go through, okay, most good doctors go through the risk factors that go with it as well, and then you do sign stuff as well. So it's not like you know, if you go the legal route, it's not like something that you don't know as well, and you sign off for them. So um, it is unfortunate, man. I'm glad you brought that up. I did forget about it. You know, I was talking about it all this week, um,
Right.
but
It's
yeah,
just tough, man. And I understand like how people will be like talking stuff about fat people. And then when people try to do things to stop being fat, then, you know, you end up like getting scrutinized for it.
yeah,
So I understand. I get it. But there are healthier alternatives. And maybe this is my shameless plug. You know, going to the gym, getting getting on a good diet plan, getting, you know, and I know people can make excuses. Well, my thyroid, well, my this. Okay, well, go to your doctor. Go to your doctor, make those regular visits, and they can give you certain medications for that. They can give you certain meal plans or certain foods, natural foods that can combat that. Staying away from gluten, staying away from dairy. I know that's not the easiest thing, but in today's time in 2023, there's so many things that are gluten-free, that are dairy-free, that are delicious. There's so many things that are, you know, much healthier alternatives to uh, the standard American diet, or SAD diet is what they call it. You know, so a way to combat that and not have to get it. And on top, like, so I think the biggest thing is you also have to mentally build those habits. So when you're on a regular workout routine where it's almost like part of your schedule, when you eat a certain way over time to where that's just a natural way, you just naturally think, oh, let me get the chicken breast and season that, you know, instead of getting the fried chicken because you're already naturally thinking to do that. It becomes a habit. So even if you do go get surgery, if you don't have that mental, then you're just going to balloon back up. If you go get lipo, but you a fat person, you already, and not just fat like physically, but mentally.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm quick to grab right after I eat. Ooh, I need something sweet. And so you get the ice cream and the cake and all that.
Will still remain.
And then you're gonna waste your money on the lipo because then you're getting all the fat right back.
Yeah, but then people got the mindset I can still do this and I just go back to surgery. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and then and then you're going back, and this happens.
Yep.
And I don't want to talk about her like I'm using her as my we'll see, look at her, because that's sad, especially this close to that. And I don't want to because that's to me, when people have done that, I feel like that's somewhat disrespectful. But like, I just want to say it's it can be used as like a cautionary tale, and just to kind of take care of yourself, love yourself enough, and love the people around you. Hug on them extra tight, man, because you don't know when it's gonna be the last time you're gonna see them, but also like help them feel good about themselves, to where at any stage, and help them find the tools to not even have to think about that. Shoot. I mean, we love a little guitar stripe or whatever, a little cellulite or a little extra pudge if you got it. I mean, we grown. We grown. We don't expect you to look like a Barbie doll because you're a human and not a toy. If that's what and on top of that, knowing that finding someone that values you for more than just your looks. Because we're not gonna look the same. We done been out of school long enough. We done been even out of college. I bet there's people that you went to just college with that ain't looking like how they was looking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm not looking like I was looking. I graduated high school at like 120. And I was like 5'8", 5'9".
That's just the part of growing up and adulting is real. Like,
and we shouldn't trip about it.
You can't, yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, man, I'll have to close this one out a little sooner.
Do
some shout outs.
Yeah, real quick.
I'm gonna start it off. I'm just gonna go with the family, just the sisters, Sheika and Gloriyah, just since we had the bonding trip, everything. Just want to shout them out. They supported me with the podcast stuff like that, giving me some ideas and stuff like that. So just shouting out to them. Yeah, we definitely got to plan some more trips like that. Especially we all in 3 different places now. So just shout out to them. Love y'all.
Man, love to see it. Love to see it, man. I was happy for you to even watch all that. I was like, man, look at them. Just bonding. They just looking alike and everything. Just smiling, loving each other.
A lot of people get that. It's like, y'all look alike. I said, yeah. Yep. Same parents. Yep.
Right. That's what happens when your parents are. But they're like, man, Dennis, you and your sister are twins. Well, our parents are the same.
Yep.
No.
Something called genetics. I'm playing the role.
This week, I want to shout out one of my Navy friends, but also now she's a singer, rapper, poet, songwriter. She even makes these like natural juices and stuff, like fresh blended and all that, sells them in stores up in New York. That's where she was originally from. My friend Domonique, Tirah, aka Domonique the Poet. Find her on Instagram. She has albums or she has songs out on all the DSPs and place to, wherever you buy music, boom, go there. YouTube, she got videos dropping. Very insightful, man. She definitely was thinking about she wants to come on the show, talk a little bit. So hopefully we have her on soon. She's one of my like real good friends from back in the day. When you go to the Navy, I think I've said it before with some of my other friends, you meet some people that instantly become like your family, and you meet other people where you're like, I hope I never see you again in life. And she's definitely in the first. She's like definitely like a sister to me, one of my close friends. And yeah, man, gotta have her on soon. But yeah, check all her stuff out. She has a book on that book full of poetry on Amazon and everything. It's really good. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Sound good. I mean, we are serious. We will be getting guests, flooding the show soon.
Oh, for sure.
I know people have been talking about it. We will be having guests back to back. We might try to get them, couple in a week or whatever, but it's gonna be we have
Yeah, we're
a lot of
probably gonna have
guests
to film
rostered.
more.
We have
We're
a lot
probably
of
gonna have to
guests.
film more at
We
off
have a lot
season.
of guests. And you know what? I mean, we may have to have might not do a full episode, especially if it's just them, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that, just to push them out. But we'll definitely have a lot of guests. I know I have at least 10 in the chamber. We got
Giving me
and
some
we'll see.
ideas. We'll talk offline. Yeah,
We'll
you give me some
definitely,
ideas.
have some like guest spotlight type episodes, whatever. So,
Okay.
and then an episode. I mean, this is kind of what we talk about, after. But I want to talk about it here real quick. One thing I was thinking about we can do was have somebody kind of say like their likes and dislikes while they're here, and we kind of talk about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen, like, I watched most of y'all episodes and stuff like this. This is what I like about it.
Oh, for
You
sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
That's
constructive
one of the questions
criticism,
we'll ask.
playground,
Yeah.
type deal, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
that way people can
I
say
like
like,
that.
hey, yeah, not, or because that way, I mean, like if we say that if we have this conversation, off camera, and somebody say I don't like this, but then somebody who listens to that podcast or episode is like, no, that person's tripping. I actually like it. This is why I come to the show for. You know what I mean? Like we can't
Right.
scrap something for one comment, but that at least brings up to the light that we know what's working and what's not. So
Yeah.
let us know.
Or we can also
We'll
explain
come
this
to
is
the
why we do
episode.
it this way as opposed to this way. But yeah, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
For sure. I know my cousin Tyann also, she wants to be on here too. So for
We
sure.
got the roster. I already got the names and stuff like that. We already got
Okay.
we got them queued up, man. We had to schedule
Oh
the
yeah.
dates, see about availability, but we gonna have guests coming. So much
The off season. The off season. We might even call it that. Yo, the off match my energy, the off season. It's coming.
J. Cole a little bit. J. Cole might
Yeah.
slide through, no.
Yeah, we got J. Cole coming. We got Wale coming, y'all. Stay tuned. We got Jay-Z probably. He don't really do interviews, but he coming on.
I know, yeah. We skipped out on the 500,000. We went to the dinner with Jay-Z.
Yeah,
so
we did the dinner.
All right,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
Y'all definitely
Yeah, man.
Like, comment, and subscribe, man. It's been a good one. Yeah, man.
Sure. So yeah, whether we chat like bros or I debate you like an enemy, it's all fun and games. Just match my energy.
We gone.
Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.